second part of the reading is, well, it's ultra late. Even after I made that announcement, I was like, shit, they're gonna hate me. But hey, I'm here and we're gonna do this reading. It's Saturday, so hopefully this will give you something to watch. I'm also gonna do a different video, and I'm gonna go over a couple things here real quick. So if you're gonna have a minute or two of your time, that'd be swell and appreciated. All right, so first thing is that this is obviously, if you're not talking with them, let's remind ourselves here, it's about an ex-partner. It's not about a family member or a friend or a dog or some person that's deceased or passed away, okay? And trust me, I've had somebody actually argue with me on this, that they thought that's what it could be applied to, and that's not the case. It's about an ex-romantic partner or someone that you're at a distance with, okay? And the intention here, folks, is that you have some interest in this person, okay? This really isn't going to be much of a read for you if you're like, I just want to see what they're doing type thing. Well, this may not be a very fulfilling read for you, all right? Just letting you know. The timestamps, comment section down below, show more info. You'll see all the blue links there. But where? Find my name. It's going to be highlighted and pinned. Aurawest Tarot. That's where it's going to be. So, as far as personal readings go, I am not doing personal reads anymore. The reason is just plain and simple. I don't have the time for them, and they just, unfortunately, they don't pay very well. A lot of people say, well, just raise the prices. It just doesn't work because of the fact that it's just, I don't know, there's no real system when it comes to tarot. Most trades and things like that have systems and standards and stuff. There is none for tarot. So it's just, it's, you know, one person's doing $15, one person doing 30 and 40. It's very time consuming. If there's any issues with PayPal or other stuff like that, it's just, whoa, it's a nightmare. So, I mean, you really, you know, when you actually, by the time you get paid after fees and you've done everything, it's like you're working essentially for like $5 an hour. It's just, it's not worth it. And I want to focus more on live reads and everything. It consumes time, and then it means, like, you know, live reads are essentially going to be delayed. So I'm getting rid of that. And then the free question thing, I might get rid of that too, because that has, when I reflected on it, has consumed a lot of time. There was a lot of events that I was going to do, which were kind of free events, and what ended up happening was I did all the planning, wasted a lot of time on that, and it just kind of went nowhere. So I was just like, you know, I can't keep wasting time into those things. I need to just focus on actual content. So that may go away as well. And then I obviously reduced with one of my jobs, I reduced the hours. So hopefully my content's gonna pick up here, folks. Okay, so I did hear all the complaints. And then for this particular reading, the last signs that I'm reading for is going to be Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, and Leo. So those 5, because the previous signs were already done for on a different video. This is part 2 of 2. So if you missed, you want to see like the other signs, you just got to go to the live section of my YouTube channel page, and you will find the video there. All right. A lot of people say I can't find the video. You got to go to the live, L-I-V-E, the live section on my main page. It'll say live videos. Click that, and you'll see it there. For some reason, YouTube has structured it where it shows, like, if I upload a video where it's like I load it from my computer to YouTube, it'll show in one section. If I do this live, they'll put it in a different section. But, I mean, the live section is the main one that most people use, but they keep it, like, hidden. I don't know why they do it like that, but it doesn't seem to be a way to modify that either, so it's a little irritating, but hey, it is what it is. And last but not least, it's possible I may do a third video for this. I'm going to see how these reads go. If by some chance I'm getting, you know, like, it's 3 hours and we've still got like 2 signs and stuff to go, I may have to make a third video for the last whatever signs that are remaining, alright? The goal, though, is to get it all done in one video. And last but not least, actually, this is just one extra thing I want to throw in. Assuming anyone who is even watching this right now, I guarantee you, like 90% of you already you've already clicked your sign. But if you haven't, and you're still watching, this is a little preview. I'm going to be doing potentially a reading, which is going to be called Alternate Realities, and essentially it's going to look at you and what you chose, and that asks that question. But what happens if I would have just chosen that person? What happens if that friend You know, that person I friend zoned? What would have happened with that? And what about that guy that I just ghosted? You know, there'll be something. There'll be a way I'm going to word this. But essentially, it's going to look at what would have happened. Would it have worked out? Kind of an interesting read. I don't think I've really seen like anything like that on YouTube. And it's not to say that I'm trying to outdo anyone. It's just that it's something that's been curious. You know, I've had curiosity for it and I've never seen it. So, just letting you know, it's going to be coming. Probably, I don't know. I was hoping for today, but we'll see. May not. Alright, let's get the show on the road. Alright, so we're doing first Leo. We're gonna do Leo. Yeah. Leo. Because I was going reverse. That's right. Leo. Whoa. Did you hear that little that crack sound or something like that? I do not have any explanation as to how the hell that deck did it, because it's not even like the deck was, I mean, we somehow had a card reverse when it's like this in the middle of the deck. I shit you not. You must have heard that crack. Holy crap. And it's obviously the tower. Dude, if that is not fucking biblical, I don't know what is. I mean, that was epic. No other cards reversed. Whatever. Take it or believe it or not. Alright, folks. No, I did not plant that. That is just, I don't know. But you believe it, do what you want. Alright? Alright, so what I was about to say before the tower came out was that for your particular reading, it's going to involve me adjusting this just a little bit, because I'm very OCD about this, and I can't do the reading if it's there. Yes, there we go. Okay, now we can do the reading, Leo. Because you guys had to wait, and I'm going to kind of mention this for all the signs that I have to still read for, I'm going to do extra as far as the questions, and I changed the format up. Alright? It's not fair, obviously, that you have to wait for eternity to get to your sign to be read, because some people wanted to hear it about, I don't know, a week ago. So that's going to be your bonus to make up for the, I don't know, excessive amount of delays, alright? So the format for this reading, and I'm going to include the timestamps, is the first portion is going to be a spiritual message of some sort. For some reason, Spirit keeps jumping and shooting cards out before the start of the read, and that's been going on for at least 2 weeks now, 3 weeks. So I literally just incorporated the first portion. Pop out message, Spirit's message. Core issue or issues will be focus of read and advice relating to challenge present. I literally had to add that because it keeps going on. So that's Spirit's portion. Then we're going to do the X portion you're not talking with. How they feel about you, how they see you, why they haven't reached out. And then last but not least, the path ahead. Should you do nothing? Or we're going to look at the Two of Wands. Left or right? See what happens. Alright? I'll explain that when we get there. Let's start this reading. Because holy shit. A lot of, a lot of questions to ask. Because, five times 7. It's like 35 questions between 5 signs, and then, well, yeah, it's gonna be probably like I'm thinking about a 2.5-hour video. So minimum. So let's try and keep it around that. All right, tigers, tigresses. Okay, there it is. That's what I was waiting for. Boom, boom, boom. I'm gonna put this down because I know better. Because it'll just keep like shooting cards out. So you have a tower, Leo. This is Spirit's message. It's the first portion, which, damn it, supposed to be putting the timestamps on. Oh, that's what I didn't include. Was the intro. Oops, sorry, Leo. Just give me a minute. I sincerely apologize. I don't want to start over because then it's like you didn't set that tower portion. 16. So I just gotta make sure these timestamps are correct. Because Lord, I'm not gonna go back through this video doing this. Here, okay. All right, Leo. So with the tower being present here, this is Spirit's message. It came out on its own. I mean, you gotta ask yourself, how in the Lord did a card flip like that? But it was like in the center here. Think about this. How would it do that? I don't even know how it did that. I swear magic exists. I'm a firm believer. It's like God's like this whole time all these like movies, Harry Potter and stuff. That shit's actually possible. I'm gonna figure it out one of these days. Old West here will figure it out. If there's anyone on this earth that can do it, it's gonna be me. Just so you know. All right, Star in reverse and the 10 of Cups in reverse. I don't want to spend too much time on this. So what I'm going to do is going to give you a preliminary can't say that word, fuck it. Just a short answer for now, and we'll see what comes out. So this is a shake-up to something, Leo. Essentially, the Star in reverse is, in some ways, talking about a loss of hope. It could be no real solid manifestation that's positive towards this person you're not talking with. There could be a complete disconnect. The 10 of Cups in reverse can talk about a wide variety of, just feeling in the house with somebody. It can even go as far sometimes as talking about bitterness and bad emotions. Because, I mean, if you had a fallout with somebody that, you had a lot invested with, if you allow negative emotions to kind of manifest because they did this or we could have, if they had just done this or said this or apologized about this to me, even though I wasn't talking with them and giving them silent treatment, then it could have worked. There's a lot of things, explanations as to why people do what, why they do what they do. But the lightest meaning I guess we could apply here is just plain and simple. It's just a good connection at one point, long term. It must have, to get 10 cups, came to an end. Who's going to feel happy about that? For others of you, this can go as far as talking about a marriage partner, divorce. All right? So if that happened, I'm sorry that you went through that. But there is a degree of almost lack of optimism here, I would think. And it's almost like a hopeless case, right? The Star is like, that person that's wishing, in some ways wishing for the impossible to happen. I'm going to be the next Elon Musk. How many people do you think probably told that person, or Elon Musk, you're never going to, bud, that's not going to happen for you, okay? Let's see here. I'm going to put that aside there. Oh my God, I picked up the card. I knew it. Just knew it. See, when it's on Spirit's portion, you cannot hold the deck, if I learned. Otherwise, it'll shoot cards out. Anyways, let's get right back to it. The Star in reverse can also, so this could be, like I said, just feeling hopeless about this situation. Maybe it's like, we're never going to get back together, all right? There's just too much wrong. The other thing, it can talk a little bit about blocked communication. Not 100%, but the Star does talk about communication. So being reversed, I would assume that it almost seems like someone's being ignored or that's not being discussed. And maybe it's around this, that there's, I don't want to say it's bad blood or anything, but it just feels like there's just a negativity around optimism. It's just a hopeless case. All right, I think in some ways, but that is kind of fueling some issues and problems that we'll see here in a minute. But Tower is trying to shake that up, all right? So perhaps it's something you hear in this reading. We'll see. All right. So we're going to look at how they view you next. All right. Tell me about how the person are Leos, whoever this applies to, person they're not talking with. How do they see Leo? Can I get one card that describes how that person sees Leo? King of Wands in reverse. So fire energy. This person does see you in somewhat a masculine role here. This king is all the kings are obviously masculine primarily because they lack the water. They instead have they have their respective element, which in this case is going to be fire, right? And then they have air with it. Men are typically associated with using the intellect part more. Even though women are going to say, I understand it, I get it. Well, mine is dumb as rocks and blah, blah, blah. That's not exactly what I'm trying to describe here. The point is that from a biological standpoint, it's like men typically are more. It doesn't mean to say that they're smart or geniuses or anything like that. It's just how they view things is what I'm talking about. Their perspective, right? Come from a more practical, emotionless kind of standpoint, right? So men oftentimes can get a bad rap. They just don't care. They don't give a shit type thing. Well, it's because that's just kind of how men designed, right? Women, on the other hand, generally have a higher affinity with the water. So that's why they have entire water plus their sign. Women are expected generally that they can understand and be empathetic and kind of have the nurturing aspect more than men. All right, there's a reason women bear children, right? From a mother's standpoint, a mother will always trump the father because of the fact that she has that bond with her child. There's a reason for that. Again, more higher affinity with the water. Imagine a woman that had an excessive amount of air. When it came to mothering, it's like in practically and per the tarot, it wouldn't work because it's like she just wouldn't really care about her child a whole lot. I mean, she would know it's her, but like, you need to go and figure it out yourself. He's only 1 year old. He can get a job already. You know, this is just someone's got to pay the bills around here. You know, so let's be honest here. Someone's got to be the one that we can yell at, right? And men take that job. So men is if you're a guy out there, your job was to be yelled at by the woman, all right? So in this context, they're kind of for some reason seeing you as, even if you're a woman, and if you're a guy, you're a guy then. But if you're a woman, it's showing you in a more alpha, well, not an alpha, but a dominant kind of stance where they're not seeing you with a whole lot of the feminine dominance. It's more like you're coming in a masculine kind of dominance, presence, is what I'm talking about. Even if you look beautiful and whatever, I'm not saying you look like a guy, don't get that. Okay, and with that, not making any moves. So, what is this overall saying? It kind of suggests that you're trying to match them or mirror them, right? In other words, two can play this game. And if you think I'm weak, you're wrong. I'm going to match you, bitch. So in other words, if you think you thought you were going to steamroll over me, So this is someone that is going to be very resistant, almost to the point where, because the king is very competitive and does not want to lose. So this person views you as like you're not going to budge. It's like, I'm going to get my way. I'm going to win. Take it or leave it. And again, Knight of Pentacles. Very resistant. It's suggested, and that's clarifying over that. Very resistant to want to budge. Now, I get a sense in some cases for a portion of you, this is also going to apply now that this Knight is here, is that when it comes to building a relationship or things that would form the structural foundation to you guys growing and improving together, this person feels that you, and pay attention here and listen to everything I say before making any judgments about what your opinion, oh, you got it wrong, Wes, blah, 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 blah. When it comes to this and this person's perspective, they feel in some ways that, in the times that I've actually tried to make this work or have wanted to make this work, it doesn't work with Leo because of the fact that Leo, number one, is going to try and get their way or going to try and override what I'm trying to do. or is going to feel like I'm trying to do something or whatever. So they feel like it's really difficult to work with you. And on top of that, because you might have some doubts about this person or the energies are erratic with this king being reversed here, it almost suggests like you're kind of willing to play ball at certain parts, but when you don't like something you hear, you're fucking out of there. Oh, no, I'm not doing this. Or you just don't want to commit, and then it's like, this would be the type of king when you ask, well, why didn't you just follow through on everything? Well, because I already knew they were going to probably fuck it up, and or they were going to go do something. So you made assumptions. This is a king that makes assumptions. That's what you probably did. Actually, no, that's not what happened. Yeah, but I you know, I know what goes on. I know what goes on. Hopefully, that's not you because that's how they're seeing it. For some of you, all right, you would only know that part would resonate. Well, by acknowledging yourself and what you do. I mean, how do you act? You should know. How does this person feel towards Leo, the one that they're not talking with? I'm going to take this. So I think this person feels an outs from you. Disconnected. All right, give me one more on how they feel towards Leo. Oh, sure, but I did not put the timestamp. I think it was around like 2020 or something. All right, we got Page of Swords in reverse here. And their feelings towards you, Leo. Clarify this Page of Swords. Is this talking about mind games or bullshit like that? The High Priestess reversed here. I'm gonna say almost yes. I think there could be some. Oh no! I was so hoping just for one video that I was like, do not, whatever you do, Wes. What is the priority for this video? Don't let the cards fall. Wes, what is it? Don't let the cards fall. Probably representing something around this tower, something no longer working. It's falling apart. Some of you are picking up the pieces. I gotta be honest. Wow. I gotta be honest. The only two cards that. Well, no, there's three. Four. That's when it fell on the ground. Let me. These were the only ones upright. Right? So let me carefully put them down. And these were. Yeah. All of those were like that. So these ones go back in the pile, and we're gonna read these. In addition to their feelings here. So something about that, picking up the pieces, because that was the only one I first saw, the truth. So Two of Cups in reverse, interesting, because that talks about something that's no longer working. And then also the Sun and the Five of Wands here. Now having clarity in some cases that there was, I think, my concern with this card is that this is the only one I'm not 100% on, because the clarity could be suggesting here, with the Sun being present, that there was somebody interfering with potentially or causing issues in your connection, either when you were around this person or after. In other words, they didn't want to see you with this person, so they were feeding you a bunch of bullshit. That's for some of you. But here's what I'm concerned about with the Page of Swords being reversed here, is that in some cases, I almost wonder, with technology today, with how things are, it's possible for, like, if there's more than one ex involved, or people competing for you or something like that, or I don't know, someone that you interact with that you always seem to favor versus this other person. There's been a lot of like instances, or one thing that's coming to mind was that this woman that I used to had a long term I don't know, connection with on and off and whatever. We're set. We're done going forward now and stuff. It's been a while since I've seen her, but one of the things that ended up happening was she had this guy, whatever, that was also she was going back and forth with, and he ended up making a fake kind of, I don't know, like he pretended to be me, essentially, and so she thought that she was talking with me. Meanwhile, I had no idea about it. I haven't even talked to her in like a month. She'd been having this conversation with this dude the whole time, and then it's like, and then I ended up getting blamed for it. I literally got blamed for it. Meanwhile, it wasn't even me. And you got to say to yourself, that happened. So it's like you almost wonder. I get this vibe that that could even be going on here. That it's like you have other people that will do what it takes to win, even if it means basically throwing a screen over your eyes. Because you gotta wonder yourself. I'm like, if you're under that, if she was under that pressure, it's like, how much of everything did that change? Just because of that. So they can change literally the course of how a person interacts with you, can cause fights, arguments, drama to occur, just from doing something as simple as that. And it's like the technology to do make a fake number and all this kind of crap. It's widely available. Anyone can do it. It's scary. So hopefully none of you are in like some toxic dynamic like that where there's more than one jealous ex or something, or there's crap like that, and you notice there's a lot of turbulence. If you're in that, you really need to kind of be open-minded and really question when someone's trying to feed you a fucking story about what so-and-so is doing or who's doing what. Because you can fall for anything if you allow yourself to, right? So I think this could have been awareness or something that's being exposed here, all right? And I don't know why I'm getting that, because this could talk about something else, but I'm going to move on from that. Back to their feelings here, Leo. It is suggesting potentially there's some mind games going on here with this page in reverse. Can also suggest no new ideas. Look at that. We've got a King of Pentacles in reverse going to this Five of Swords in reverse. I'm going to stick with that. I think this person probably thinks there's some mind games, potentially with an earth sign. This can talk about lying, dishonesty, committal issues, somebody that is sometimes always power hungry for money, can always act like they're worth $1 million when they're really not. This can talk about somebody that loves to portray themselves as the shit. Wow, look at that. Maybe I was onto something here. Why is there a queen here? I don't use Darkly Tarot for this. That was unexpected. Why is the queen here and this king? Or what is the queen's role here? Because there's this page is suggestive of mind games. Seven of Wands. And tell me about this king. What does that suggest? Look at that. There's the, what the fuck? Why is this queen feeling paranoid? Why is this? Oh, I see what's going on here. Here's what's going on. Wow. Okay. Whoever this partner of yours is, or this ex or whatever, that's out of this is not talking with you. And I want you to be open-minded here that this message can be a little bit problematic here because not all of you may apply to it. So really think hard before you apply it or say it's like, oh my god, I didn't know that. It's only for some of you. This is suggesting a person. If you're dealing with somebody at a distance, right, that you could not get it to start, right? Or you've had serious problems. This person would definitely be somebody that has instigated problems with you, like kind of what that example I just said, intentionally trying to deceive you or throw you off to get their way. This is a king that's very stubborn, that wants their way. And this one will argue and fight with you, like big time. All right, it is a tyrant because of the fact that Pentacle energy is money. Supposed to talk about people that are in positions of running a business or owning like an empire type thing, very similar to the emperor kind of, but this king over here does more arguments and fighting based just because he's just it's just hot-headed, right? But this one is doing it out of like a different way. It's like not so much just explosive hot-headedness. It's like an agenda. Like no one's gonna fuck me because it's like I'm building something, whether it's dysfunctional or not. And so there's a rhyme and reason for them that's fueling their aggression, right? Where this is more impulse on the spot, just like he did me wrong, bar fight. Now, that's a little bit more scary with this because it tells me that in some cases that this is a person that it's like, they can be, not only they can be stubborn, but they can stonewall to into oblivion. And they'll on top of that, it's almost like brute force, whatever it takes to get the job done because I have an agenda. Versus this king might just kind of walk away after a while and just give up. I've had enough. I've had enough. This one won't. So, a little concerning here because the Ace of Swords is back, clarifying to it, suggesting that this king is hiding the truth, not telling something or revealing something, or is kind of, in some ways, being dishonest about certain things, right? Which was coming back to go figure. What do we have there? That was the only one I saw first. So, this sun in my books, there's nothing happy about that. So we can remove that. That's talking about ego is a definite thing here, and also something being revealed with clarity. So I think it's coming back to that there might be some degree of truth coming out, or I don't know, things being found out that maybe this person is full of shit. Now I don't know if this is referring to and here's the thing, I just want to point this out. I cannot with certainty say that this is the person that you're at a distance with. So you might be saying, oh, that sounds like my ex. Don't paint them like that yet, because if you have somebody else that is an ex of some sort too, or someone that you're romantically involved in that talks in your ear a whole lot about this person, that's them. Apply it to them like that, okay? So this will only be potentially your ex at a distance if they're the only one. You don't have anyone chiming in your ear, all right? Because this is representing, well, you. You know why? Because whatever bullshit mind games is going on here, it's putting you in a position of kind of always feeling on the fence or on guard. That's probably why the king here is reversed. So there could be an influencing factor that needs to be considered here, right? And I almost wonder, like I said, could be something as simple as somebody's just got a big ego and just wants to win, like this person at a distance, or it is an influenced situation, which there's that person causing problems in here. And this person in their feelings may feel that in some ways either you have something to do with that, A, B, you are, in some ways just choosing to, I don't know, allow shit like this to go on. In other words, if they felt that you, Leo, were, I mean, it's kind of like a bad dynamic here because this person could almost feel like in some ways that you're putting on one face, but really there's another thing going on. In other words, it's like you're trying to act like you're the victim type thing when in actuality you're part of the problem, like causing a lot of the drama. And some of you are going to be like, that's bullshit, blah, blah, blah. But I mean, then again, when I see some of the energy here, it probably is consistent that this person feels like there's some type of games going on here whenever I'm around Leo. And I wonder in some cases they feel that you're being influenced by someone, or you're a part of it, or or I don't know, you're at the center of it. I mean, something around that, all right? It's just, and, this can also be like paranoia, but I almost wonder if this person kind of portrays that, like, it's like, because this queen is upright. So I almost wonder, it's like, is this talking about, like, unleashing some type of, like, shit on this person, kind of where it's trying to terrorize them or kind of give them illusions? I know a lot of you are going to disagree with that, and that's fine. That's just for the 1% of you, right? All right, let's move on here. So the next one is going to be... So I just feel like they're disconnected overall from you, and kind of a little suspicious about what's been going on between you guys in the past. So this is why they haven't reached out. So it's going to be 4, 17. So I'm not the person our Leos are not talking with. Why hasn't this person reached out? Can I get one card? I'm going to take that. Ace of Pentacles reversed. Person just doesn't see an opportunity for you guys to basically start again. It's just, they haven't seen it, and if anything, it's suggesting a reversal that it could even go as far, especially if this mind game thing or whatever has some resonance to you in some way. It could be potentially to see that it's just not a viable opportunity. In other words, it could be a bad bet if they ever pick it up again or deal with it. Okay, so in other words, like, I probably could go and offer it, but I just know it's going to be a bad choice. So they may be hesitant, but for most of you, I think it's just that they don't see anything that's suggesting a viable option like the green light yet. So now what we're going to do is the path ahead. All right. For this section, it's going to basically give you three options. The first one, so we're first going to pretend like you're at the Two of Wands. Left wand, right wand. You have to choose, okay? And there's going to be a third option. So the first, if you go left, it's going to essentially, you're going to basically stay in this situation. In other words, you still think about this X, whatever, but you're going to basically change something, which is going to be around this and one more card I'm going to draw. And I'll tell you about that. Essentially, you're going to take some advice, you're going to change some things up, and see if it works out, all right? On the other hand, the left one is going to be you leave the situation and you move on, right? Just say, fuck it, I'm not dealing with this shit anymore. That's fine. And the third option is you do nothing, all right? And we're going to see what happens in about 4 to 6 months. So pick now. Should I stay or should I go now? Here's the first one, I guess. Hierophant in reverse. Alright, so why'd the Hierophant in reverse come out? Got a King of Swords here. Look. Okay, so this is suggesting if you stay and you were to take the advice and stuff, whoever this person is that's at a distance or whatever is going to probably. Let me just make sure I get this right before I say what I'm going to say. Look. What the fuck? That's what came out here. Wow, we've got 10 of fucking Pentacles and the Cups. Whoa. And Judgment and the 4 Pentacles are here. So let's do this. Wow, and there's the Queen here. So we're gonna take the Queen. That. Oh, and look at that. We got a fucking. How many people we got here? Why there's some drama going on here? Oh. I'm gonna put it like this. So I'm gonna take it on this side like this. Yeah, okay, I've got it. So we're gonna take that as well, and that's the last message there. All right. Put this aside here. Okay. Give me a minute. Okay. If for this is the first, let me update this here. I want to make sure I get the timestamp correct. So 38:55. All right. Leo, so if you were to choose the right one, which means you stayed in the situation, essentially you still think about this X we're talking about, and you wanted to go towards them and make something work, you took some advice to change things up. We'll go over that in a second. It suggests good things, because kind of suggests you're going for the big one, right? Because this person is essentially trying to figure out, with the King energy there, they're defensive towards you for some reason. Probably because of what we discussed earlier, and with the Hierophant reverse suggesting that they're not really open to commitment. Why? Because of the fact that they're suspicious toward you. Or just don't, I don't know, they have some opinion about you which is just like, I have problems with you. So when you come approaching with this energy, it's probably why they're like, I'm not so sure about that, if we can get it off the ground, even though it looks good. All right? Now, the thing is that what it's suggesting, I think with this Queen being here, is that with Judgment showing up, okay, it may be necessary in some ways that with this king being here, what he's there in this energy for, holding a sword, is not just because he feels like holding the sword, it's because he's wary about something. And given what we just had here, suggesting it could be on their mind, you may have to go forwards and kind of address this. What do you mean by that? Have a sit down talk that, I don't know, there could have been a possessive person. Either there was just, I don't know, you? Could have been you. Or it could have been some other party. But if it is another party, I wouldn't lie or anything like that. You probably need to approach with the truth, all right? Because I can tell you right now, there's one thing about the king and the queen, especially the king. It's air, but it's air on air, right? So a double dose of air, and especially if they're an air sign. I mean, because it could be some other sign, but if it's an air sign plus double air, it's like air, air, air. You're not gonna beat them as far as a trickery kind of bullshit kind of game. The king will always figure it out. All right, he will. All right. So if you can see past the bullshit, so it's best to come with the truth. If you know someone, I don't know, like somebody that was influencing you, don't just keep that to yourself. Tell them. They're like, this is what happened. I didn't, blah blah blah. Be upfront about it, but don't come across making excuses. All right, because they're gonna almost instantly think that you're making excuses if this was going on, or trying to cover for yourself. When in actuality, they're gonna think like, oh, you probably knew this shit was going on. You allowed it to happen, type thing. So be careful with that. So there is a risk, I think, also that can talk about that there could be some little bit of drama and stuff like that if this is not said correctly. All right. And also, for those of you that wasn't the case and it was just you, maybe you were causing some drama for this person because you were bitter or mad about something like that, you really need to address that, all right? And what this is suggesting, this is a big one, is that you are aware of it, you're sorry about it, and you're moving on, putting it in the past, all right? And you're making a firm decision to move past it. That would mean leaps and bounds, okay? So that's that option, right? If you do that, I have a feeling this person will be convinced and will probably move things forwards because it looks like they're there, willing to embrace this. But the question is, they want to see what you do first, right? Now the next one we're gonna do is left wand. That's gonna be 42, 55. If you chose the left wand, this is you move on from this person and see where life takes you. What can you expect 4 to 6 months from now? In other words, you're just like, I ain't trying, don't care what you're getting, moving on. Here we go. 2 cards came out. Well, we're only supposed to get 1 card for all of these, but I guess whatever. We got 2. 3 of Pentacles in reverse and the Knight of Cups in reverse. So we can immediately rule out that suggesting here there will not be any type of romantic opportunities. This 3 of Pentacles in reverse, I don't like that because it does suggest in some cases somebody that's just, I mean, it's not a team player. It's not somebody that's open. So it does kind of suggest almost like a cold energy here. What is the 3 of Pentacles in reverse referencing to? If Leo was to move on, just forget the situation, didn't care, didn't want, it just felt that they don't want to deal with it. Not their problem. Wow, this would affect your happiness. Wow. Sun. Okay, in this case, because Knight of Cups reversed. So this is someone that could be closed off. This is somebody that is not seeing any romantic offers coming in, not taking action to do any romantic offers. So as far as the love part would be suffering. All right. And then the 3 of Pentacles in reverse, again, this could talk about people not willing to want to work with them. Could be one-sided situations. This could be someone that's just become kind of apathetic towards, I don't know, just wanting to try. The cohesion's bad. Not being valued anymore, like a loss of value. And this is directly saying what it's about. It's like your overall happiness, your self-esteem, your ego. What causes that? I know a lot of you are probably like, that bullshit, that's bullshit. What actually causes that? Let's get 1 card. 6 of Swords, because you moved on. Whoa. I'm not going to dig any further from that. Take it or leave it. Don't care. Alright, and the last one. This is for those of you that want to try to outsmart the right or the left wand. What happens if I just don't choose West? Because I can do that. You sure can. And that's why I included it here. So we got 45. If you're a Leo that decided I'm not going to choose at all, left or right, with this person, in relation to this person, what's going to happen in about 4 to 6 months for you? Wow, one card, it literally just fell out like that. Chariot. I'm interested to know. So this suggests actually things will start moving, like some rapid movement here towards something. Interesting. Overcoming challenges. Something that would have been an obstacle. Tell me about this. So far so good. Doing nothing. I got chills. Uh-oh. Why'd I get chills? What a message, but Spirit, what I'm trying to figure out here is that this is possibly suggesting existing problems. Well, the chariot would probably incline that they're getting. You should be conquering that, no? Got the Emperor and Knight of Wands in reverse here. I don't understand this message. It's like I need. What is the chariot? What is this? What would Leo be doing in the chariot energy? Because this is. Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. So if you don't choose anything and you're parked, essentially I said let fate decide for you. Eight of Wands. That was the other thing. And I can. Why did I leave that part out? Yeah. So. Oh. What? So then, if Leo's doing nothing, right? They haven't changed anything. Then what is going on with this person they're not talking with? What is? Oh, that is who it is. Is that? How does the Emperor and this Knight of Wands reverse relate to the person Leo's not talking with? The focus of this reading. So I'll take that. Six of Wands in reverse, the Moon in reverse, and the Two of Pentacles in reverse. Wow. Why the Moon in reverse? Why the Moon in reverse? Whoa, dude. I wouldn't choose this path at all. Fuck this, dude. This, like, well, just give me one more. There's one more. I know this went way too overboard with your reading again. Fuck. I hope this is what I was thinking of asking. Spirit, I don't know what this is talking about. I don't really know if I have time for that. How does that relate to Leo? How does that relate to Leo? What's this? Where is my other deck? Where's my deck? Oh my god, it's right here. I'm getting flustered because I want to get this read. I just want to find the answer to number one and then make sure I get all the signs done. What is going on with this Nine of Pentacles going the Wheel of Fortune? If I didn't see the Wheel of Fortune, I would have just ignored that. How does that happen? How the fuck does that happen? results. Spirit, I'm quite honestly baffled as to how they. You're saying that if they don't choose. Who? I am so. So this was you. That was you. So I know that's you, Leo. You're showing up in water energy. Could be like a cusp sign thing going here for some of you. This person finds out. Who? Okay. Let me ask this question. I'm going to ask this question because I think this is the problem. Coming back to this Emperor energy here with the Knight of Wands in reverse. I said it was this person showing up here, but I never really asked it specifically. So let's ask it and see if we get something similar. What is going on? So tell me about the person Leo is not talking with. What are they doing? Leo chooses nothing and lets fate decide. What are they doing around the 4 to 6 month mark towards Leo? What is that person doing? And how they're showing up towards Leo. Decided. Then who is that Emperor there? Who the fuck is that Emperor? That's what I need to know. Who is that Emperor? Is that you? Fuck, I got it completely wrong, because then this is you. Look. There's 9 of Pentacles there. That's you. What the Lord then? Oh shit. Okay, so how can we have such massive... Why is this important to Leo? Can you tell me why is that being shown as important to Leo? Oh. Whoa, dude. Yeah. Oh, shit. Yeah, you gotta be careful here. Holy crap balls. That just came out. So here's what we're talking about here. There's your 6 of Swords in reverse. Look. Look. It's right there. Okay. So what it's talking about, I'm just not gonna attempt to keep showing all these cards. You're just gonna have to go with it here. I'm short on time. What this is suggesting here is if you do nothing and you let fate decide. In other words, you're just like, fuck option A and B. I don't care. I don't have to do nothing. Like, you're one of those kinds of people. Here's what it's suggesting. So maybe about a half a year from now, this person, whoever we're at a distance from, they pretty much either have you blocked or they're just completely, there's no progress, there's nothing happening with that person, right? And then it shows what I thought initially was them is actually showing as you, which makes sense. Because this, I could still have applied it technically the other way around, but now that I've got that, I know it's you, alright? So it's showing that basically, cold and closed off, loss, no victory really. Moon in reverse was exposing some degree of things being found out, but in this case, I think it's a loss of basically confusion, and it's also potentially talking about just indecision, uncertainty, and also not following one's intuition. A huge amount of instability, there's no progress, and all of this was, I think, clarifying up to this Emperor energy here, suggesting that in some ways there's a desire for like, I hate to say this, but I actually think this could be suggesting for a Leo, and here's why. Because of that. Because it's suggesting a Leo that's more feels like they're playing this kind of masculine role, not intentionally. And this is, again, it's not you dressing up as a man. For some of you, that could be a thing. But I'm saying it's like you always feel like you're either wanting to operate in that level and you're just like, for whatever reason, all right? Everyone's got their reasons why they do what they do. I'm just saying this is how the card energy is. This is like a masculine based card. And so is this card, especially when it's reversed. So it's some person that is trying, feels that they're either obligated to do that or they're intentionally doing it. I don't know. But you're trying to basically, I don't know if it's rival this person or it's an ego thing that's going on here, but it's just catastrophic loss. If you choose to do nothing, I would not at all take that option. And it's absolutely going to affect this. In other words, even if you chose to just fucking do nothing and just kind of be stubborn and do your own way because you're letting fate decide, just keep in mind, it's pointing out this card because it is your ability to have a functional long-term commitment. Why? Because add that pentacle with this is the 10 of pentacles. So you could be directly fucking yourself. It's directly saying right here, this is the first card out, taking rapid action, which is what this damn chariot was doing, right? So this kind of suggests, I think you start to have all these blunders, and then guess what you're trying to do then? You're trying to resolve and overcome these issues then. Unfortunately, it says it's a little too late. Be careful. Be very careful. Be careful. Okay? I swear in some ways that this is almost in some case with the Six of Swords in reverse here, it's almost highlighting in some cases like there's some, maybe an idea or something in your head that maybe you're going to, I don't know if this is what your vision was. It's like you're just choosing, like, I'm going to choose nothing with this, and I'm just going to go and be, I don't know, be independent or reach some level of success for some of you, but there's too much energy there suggesting something like a negative kind of outcome. In other words, I think the reason is because it involves you not closing something out. In other words, I'm not deciding whether I want to deal with it, but I'm not saying I'm done with it. And the universe is like, well, then we're gonna make it real hard for you. That's kind of what I'm seeing here. Because not only this person shut off, you're just getting a shit sandwich. Like, why would you want that? So, I would, if anything, Leo, my advice here, I'd pick one of those wands if I were you. But it's tarot reading. You do what you want. But I think that's all I've got for you, Leo. And then let's come back to question 1 here. This is the final part. And I might only do, I think, 2 more signs. We'll see. And advice, we'll do 5748. Alright, Leo, here's your advice. Just to make sure there's no... there. Pick one. Alright, that's your advice, I guess. Wow. That was really fast. So, overall, let me just recap here. If you want to... Well, what am I supposed to do again? I'm sorry. Wes, sorry, I had like 5 different tarot reads open at once. What am I supposed to do? Essentially, you need to have the sit-down talk A. Remember we talked about that? Telling the truth, putting egos aside. But Wes, I don't know if I can do that. I don't know. I can't help you. It's only so much I can do. All right, but Wes, it's all them. They're completely just the problem. They caused everything 100%. Then your option is that by default, left wand. You choose the left wand. Move on from this person. That's your option. All right. Wes, I'm not willing to sit down and talk. Left wand. Wes, this person's a piece of shit. Left wand. That's what you choose. Okay. If you have any issues, you're gonna have to sit down and talk to this person. That's what you need to do. In a mutual, balanced approach. Right? Make logical sense of what the fuck you're talking with, and don't come by making it look like it's an excuse. All right? This isn't a case of we're trying to point the finger at the other person over there. We're trying to figure out why it doesn't work. And if it doesn't work, you move on. That's as simple as that. Not just blame them for a half hour and do nothing. It doesn't accomplish anything. So, and also, the mind game thing. Let's check that. Is there anything like that applying to you? If so, make sure you address that with this person. And make sure you cut whatever garbage is going on with that out. And then, I think the last but not least is that really and truly there needs to be an effort. If this shit has happened, there needs to be an effort on your part to actually show interest, especially if you never show interest to this person. Check yourself on that. If you're the one that's always doing all of that, then maybe that's different. But if you haven't shown a whole lot of love or attention or affection to this person, or you've had feelings for this person, get off your ass and tell them that. All right? But again, if you're bitter about it and you're saying, I've done everything, left wand, left wand. All right, that's what I got for you, Leo. Please hit that like button if you would. And if it's not your story, that's okay. Thanks for watching. All right. I'm going to have to absolutely speed this up. Because cancer is going to be a long one, I bet, huh? Spare. Going to be a long one. Wouldn't be tarot without cancer. We're ready for cancer, I guess. Cancer! Cancer! It's time for your reading. I do apologize for being late, Cancer. But we're having I don't know, it's supposed to be a personal moment with each other. I planned it just for you. I'm just kidding. No. Most of the Cancer readings have been pretty horrifying, so I saved my last stick of incense just for this reading. Alright, Cancer. Who are you not talking with? Let's find out. This one's going to be kind of long, and I just want to let you know, I'll let Leo know, that the format's going to be slightly different, and I'm doing this as a bonus for you and other signs that had to wait. Alright, so thank you for your patience. And that's going to be going for the first portion. So the first portion of this new format, which again, the last video is going to have the other signs there, but they didn't get quite the spread I'm doing here today, is going to have essentially Spirit's portion, which, given cards keep jumping out, I've started to realize that there seem to be always messages about significant, like the core issue, and it ends up pretty much being the advice or the overall picture of the read. So that we're going to do that in the first section here, and then the X portion is going to be the person you're not talking with. We'll see how they feel about you, how they see you, and why they haven't reached out to you. And then the last section is going to be the Two of Wands section, which is the path ahead. It'll be the right wand or the left wand or do nothing. What am I talking about? It's if you decide to stay and try and change something with this X or the person at the distance, assuming you want them, or if you moved on, or you did nothing. It'll give you some insight about 4 to 6 months about what you can expect. Was it a good choice or a bad choice? All right? And you just take what you want from it. Leo's was pretty interesting with the advice portion, because it was just literally like, choose one. It came out with the Two of Wands. I was like, that was pretty epic. All right, Cancer. So you have 2 cards coming out for Spirit's portion. Just 2. Strength and the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. Strength can be pretty good, because it does suggest in some cases trying to... This is talking about something around a challenge of some sort that it's probably suggesting you haven't quite conquered yet, but in some cases it's not an impossible feat. It can be done. And the only point of this lion here next to this woman with this chain and stuff around, it's supposed to represent, I mean, let's be honest, folks. In reality, if you were to go out and just try and put a chain around a lion's neck, its odds are pretty good you wouldn't be coming back. You'd probably be that thing's meal. All right? So it's representing in some cases, you know, a huge challenge, something you normally wouldn't do. So it's like a fear. Could be something that you're pretty sure is gonna bite you in the ass or whatever. You know, because the brain left to its own devices can come up with any reason to doubt something or, you know, I don't know, give you an excuse not to do it. If you really don't want to avoid it, it'll give you an excuse. So this is talking about maybe in this case she was avoiding this line, I don't know, that she thought was just going to be forever causing problems to her. I don't know, I'm useless at examples, but it's a challenge of some sort to her. She conquered it. Now she's looking up with her head held up high, representing that her self-esteem and her confidence are better because of it. In other words, she finally did it. So that's pretty important here, because it's highlighting something that you're doing with the Eight of Pentacles in reverse that is basically, it's bad planning. All right, it's a bad approach. So one would assume that whatever this bad approach or reason, you know, whatever's taking place here, it's probably because it's stemming from some type of preset thinking or mindset about an issue or a problem, and it's like, I have to do it this way. That would be somebody doing this. I have to do it this way. I know it doesn't work, but nothing I can do. Well, we'll find out more and see if there's anything else that's talking about, but that's your kind of general overview of what that might be suggesting here in Spirit's portion. So this is a Cancer, essentially, that seems to be having A, problem getting over a challenge, B, doing things the same way they always do and expecting a different result. Definition of insanity, this is what I'm getting. I don't know why I'm getting primarily insanity, but I guarantee you this is like even potentially I don't want to go down. It's. I was gonna say another relationship. All right, but I'm wondering if there's some. I don't know. Could this be dealing with a past issue? So maybe not a relationship, but like I'm talking about something that has been an emotional scar of some sort, just not willing to want to deal with it, or just having like a fear of having to overcome it. So Eight of Pentacles in reverse can't talk about doing things that are unorthodox, but it's like there's better options, right? Better ways that could actually improve your overall situation and stuff like that. But for some reason, it's like avoidance behavior where it's like, well, I'm just going to do it this way or that way because that way it kind of has to, you know, I don't have to deal with this. I don't have to deal with this as long as I can just kind of do things this way. But isn't that kind of not efficient for you? It's going to cause more problems. Yeah, there is some problems that come from it, but it means I don't have to. At least I don't have to deal with this. So I don't know if it's something like a challenge it's worth it almost in some ways. It's justified. Like, well, it does suck, but you know what? It works. I hope it's not like that. It's look, the fool's shown up. This is like almost also suggesting like taking a brand new unknown road. What are you talking about? Well, it must be a reflection here, given that this is a person you're not talking with. That if we were to apply what I just said to them, it could be suggestive of a commitment, not willing to try and take a chance on them. Okay? You may feel that you just lost the faith in the connection, you don't care, or maybe it's that you have fears and phobias about what could and couldn't be. Or you just don't see any progress in the connection. Like it's just like it's not going anywhere, or it's just negativity coming through. Or you just feel that things are going around in circles. Again, sanity. But could it be that there's just a redundant behavior that was going on? Certain things are not changing. That could be a problem, and you got to ask yourself why. If that's true, why? Likely it's an influencing behavior, something about you that's influencing the way that you operate or act towards this person, which then influences your outcome. All right. This is what came through. It just dropped out. So we have the Page of Wands here, Seven of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles in reverse, and the Eight of Wands. And a card that is face down on the ground. This is the last for Spirit's portion. Hermit reverse. So let me expand this here. I would like to know why. Okay. This is highlighting what I just talked about. This is some type of issue, whatever. This is it. Okay. Tell me about this. What exactly? I only need to clarify one thing here. So that's what happened there. What I want to know is why is the Six of Pentacles in reverse here and the Hermit in reverse next to this other amazing energy that is the opposite. Yeah. What is this relating to? It's talking about something that there's something that it's suggesting here that you have, like, you've held on to it for God knows how long. Death being here is what the main reason is. And the Hermit in reverse is suggesting repeating, like, relationship patterns that are negative. In other words, it's like there's better solutions, there's better things you could do, but it's like you just you won't let go of how you want to do things that and it's pointing this out. A lack of equal give and take. And it's like it's a habit that's destroying connections, and you won't let it go. And it's something to do with death. How things were the past, or something from the past. So death is normally death because of the fact that it's suggesting whatever shit didn't work and broke apart is gone now. We can move on, right? Time's moving on, whether you like it or not. But this is like a problem here, because one has to ask, if it's a problem with equal give and take, then what the hell is this about? Because it's suggesting You would think this would be actually the opposite of that. In other words, let's work together, let's do that. So it's like communication's occurring, better planning and stuff like that. I would suggest there. But then you have this, which is kind of, what is that about? So it's a kind of like we're at the opposite. So what happens after? I'm gonna assume here. Let's assume that Cancer reaches out, Seven of Pentacles, Eight of Wands. Maybe Cancer pursues this person, or thinks about messaging them about, I don't know, this kind of energy. What I want to know is where does, or how is the Six of Pentacles in reverse, the Hermit in reverse, Death, and Page of Pentacles in reverse? How's that? Okay, that kind of enlightened me here. Clarify, where is this energy coming from in relation to Cancer? Because I'm not seeing how that relates to that. Not moving on. So it's, okay. So then why is Cancer doing that? I'd like to know that, and then I can answer this. But Wes, you said you should already be able to answer it. I don't care, I make mistakes, okay? Why is... Oh. Oh, God. Why is Cancer... this is what I don't understand here, Spirit. I get why that... Okay, that makes sense, but where's the connection with this and that? How can one person be in both? It's just not possible. How's Cancer having both of these weird energies at the same time? Oh, Cancer. Oh. I'm gonna leave this out. Oh, God. I mean, I'll just give you a glimpse. I'm not gonna explain any of this, but it's just like, so I got up to about there. There's Ten of Swords. There's this, the Nine of Pentacles. That was in fucking Leo's reading. And then we have the King, Pentacles reverse, Queen of Wands, and then we have the Knight of Cups showing up here. So that's gonna. The reason I'm putting it back is because it's gonna go into a specific storyline, and I wanted to try and get this as many Cancers as possible. But it's gonna talk about essentially that this is a problem where whoever Cancer is doing this is not moving on from some type of relationship that just is, it's in a shitter, it's not working, but still just spending time because here's the thing, they know that if they release it, it means it's gone. They don't want it to go, even though it's basically, and right here, this is why, because it's been dead, it doesn't work, and they want to kind of repair it, but at the same time, every time it's not fulfilling them, it's not going to plan, they're coming over to this person we're not talking with to start something, but it doesn't go anywhere. There's no growth. It just ends up in a failure. So in essence, this is describing a love triangle situation. All right, but I'm gonna put those back, so we're gonna get a different message here. Is there any other alternative explanation here that for Cancers that are not in a love triangle? Okay, take that. Assuming that this person that Cancer's not talking with is the only person, why does Cancer come over there? Or why does it suggest Cancer has positive energy going? I mean, look at this page here is looking right at that fresh start there. Why is that showing? And then we also have this negative resistant energy that's not good. How is that simultaneously happening? I could have sworn there's one card here. I want to see here. Oh, come on, dude. No fucking way, dude. Leo's reading. Oh, fuck this shit, dude. Leo had the same damn thing. Oh, my God. Fuck this. I need a break. I'm out. Fuck this. I'm taking a time out here just for a second. have to clear my head. Right? That's weird. Alright? Whatever shit's about to be, I don't know. Take it or leave it. I don't care. That was... Alright. Tower. Alright, so what is the tower about, then? So this is probably a... So this is talking about something here, Cancer. With this shit. It doesn't work. It's something built on a foundation that cannot sustain itself. In other words, it's crumbling. Alright? Why the tower here for Cancer? Wow, dude. That was... I sure hope you got every bit of that in camera. Ace of Wands. Why Ace of... I know... there. So, here's what's happening here, Cancer, is that what this is talking about is very specific, alright? And you're going to know right now whether to continue on with this read or not. This is describing a Cancer. This is critical now, because what it's suggesting is that the reason this is occurring is because whoever this applies to has decided that, again, there's a situation of some sort, whether it be, I'm getting it's another person, okay? But for others of you, it could be something else. Maybe it's from the past, something, right? That's significant, that is negative or it's painful, that's being held onto, and it's a constant influence, but at the same time don't want to deal with it, right? And it's somehow driving behavior that is probably toxic, or it's not good, or it's unhealthy in some way, shape, or form, because this card directly can tell us that it's being introduced into relationships, right? And what it's kind of also suggesting in some cases, because of this insecurity or defensiveness, is that what's happening is that there's decision, like a mindset that's being made where it's prioritizing oneself ahead of anybody else, and it's kind of like, yeah, I will go in there and I'll get what I want, but it's for me. It's not for the both of us. It's more so for me. And it's like some people are going to be like, no. Based on this, it's hard to say if you'd even know. This must have been going on for a while. To be in this energy suggests it's been a long time. So one has to almost ask if this is like an ingrained behavior at this point. It definitely has not been anything to do with growth here, but two cards suggesting no growth at all. And so what's happening is it's causing problems, right? And that's why a tower is occurring. Okay, and I ask, what is this about? Okay, so it does suggest there is action going on. Like, it's like, this is a Cancer that's trying to basically bypass this. It's like, I just never have to deal with it, but I'll just keep trying to get around it. Well, it doesn't work, because what happens is you initiate it, and then this behavior, this influence starts to creep out again, and it sabotages the connection. And then we're back at square one again, because the other person's gone. And it's suggesting this kind of Cancer, one, won't make a decision, two, won't learn from the past, doesn't want to face the past of some sort, and at the same time is not going to acknowledge past problems. And it's going back to an opportunity card of, what do I choose to put my time and energy to? So it's almost like an indecision, an indecisive kind of, I just don't really want to commit to that. I just don't really know if I really want to actually go forwards and take that opportunity, because I'm just going to, yeah, I'm just going to go back, let me simmer and stew, I don't know, blah, blah, blah. It's just a waste of time. So it's like talking about a dead spot that's just there. But I think in some ways there's like an attempt to literally bypass it, like just ignore it into existence until somehow it'll just, if I ignore it long enough, I'll never have to know about it. Well, I don't think you do know about it anymore. That's the problem. For some of you, maybe you do, but others you don't. But I think it's influencing this. Because why would I say the Six of Pentacles? You're saying that I'm being selfish and everything. I don't think for some of you it's intentional. I think the reason is it's a self-preservation kind of mindset. In other words, you're trying to basically protect yourself, but in doing so, you're projecting a behavior that's in some ways selfish. It's like others are, not for all of you this extreme, but it could go as far as almost some people are expendable, or you are like anticipating things that aren't true because of the fact that this is influencing it. So it's therefore, I better do this before they do that. Not good, because then assuming things can lead to disastrous outcomes, especially if you assume wrong. So, but you would just say, well, why would you do that? Well, because I was protecting my heart that nobody ever sees. Careful. So that's going to be in your spiritual portion of advice. I think we pretty much covered that. Great. All right, let's move on here. I'm going to put all these back because we need cards. Let's move on from here. Oh, I didn't put the timestamp for Spirit's pop-out message, damn it. So we started this at 1:05. I'm assuming I was about 1. Let's go 1. Okay. 2 start at 1:20. Alright, Cancer. Let's see how this person views you. We're currently on the X section now. Something about the person our Cancers are not talking with. We'd like to know how this person currently views Cancer. X romantic interest. At a distance. Cancer's not talking with this person. How do they view you? Wheel of Fortune in reverse. I think this person just kind of feels like you're somebody that won't change. You keep doing the same thing again. Kawinky Dink there, we just talked about that. Now they see you like that? Awfully suspicious if you ask me. And we got another card came out. Knight of Cups reverse. I don't like that because that's going to suggest a lot of referencing back to what we just saw there, because I know the Knight was upright when I was looking at cards. I wasn't directly there. It was, I can't explain it. Just trust me, it was upright. I saw it. So this is almost suggesting in some cases like, well, let me clarify it because I know some of you are going to be like, bullshit. So clarify the Knight of Cups in reverse. I want to know, is this anything to do with manipulation? Page of Pentacles in reverse going to death. Okay. I'm going to tell you why I still think this, there it is. Okay. I think here's what's going on here, Cancer. Whoever this person is might have, whether it's true or not, and you can disagree with it, again, don't take what, obviously if it doesn't resonate, it's not your story, may not be your read, alright? Doing the best I can. Wheel of Fortune reverse is bad luck, things that don't go well, cycles that keep repeating. The energy I just spoke about would absolutely tie back to that, because again, relationship, things, doing things, keep repeating that are negative patterns, okay? Suggestive of that. Knight of Cups in reverse, suggesting this is high potential in this card, and based on the energy I saw, there's a degree of emotional manipulation. In other words, you may not feel that you're really doing that for some of you, and some of you aren't, all right? But I'm just saying, it's a component of that for some of you, where you're doing it because, again, you feel that you have to, all right? Or for some reason. Maybe you had it done to you, so therefore I'm going to do it back, or whatever. And then for others of you, it's just coming in already with a closed heart. Why? Because you're coming here for a pit stop to get something that you want, and then you're not intending to stick around. They're a nice person, blah, 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 but I can't, you know what's going on. They don't. So this could be suggesting that you're already kind of like coming into situations. If you're coming into situations with this kind of mentality, it's like, I mean, what do you think the outcome's going to be? It's not going to be good, all right? And again, what are we looking at here? Death and Page of Pentacles reversed? One way or another, with a page that's reversed here, there really wasn't any there was, I mean, we could probably apply, because it's kind of going with this death card here. I'm going to clarify this, because I just feel like this is going to be a sensitive thing that I could get wrong. People are feeling the Ace of Swords. Okay, so I think in some ways that's kind of Spirit's way of saying that just what you were thinking is going to be right. So this could also suggestive in relation to this that again this is talking about not really letting go of something, but at the same time it's coming in. They're seeing it like you just kind of breadcrumb them, like because the page is like normally if it was upright to start found something, but with it being reversed, that they pretty much think like, well, yeah, Cancer's just gonna come in and just bullshit me because they don't plan to stick around. I already know their game because this person's viewing it Ten of Swords. So I don't think in some ways this person trusts you even. For some of you, I get it, Cancer. Somebody can be like, well, this person's the problem, blah blah blah. I don't know who this is applying to, right? Let me do this for you. Do this solid. For those of you that, for those Cancer Spirit, that are gonna suggest that this is not them. Is there some other situation where they're dealing with a person who they're not talking with that sees them differently than this? Give me one card for Cancer's alternative message on how this person sees them, assuming that they're saying their circumstances are different. Come on, no, it's too many on that. Well, there's this, but it's too many. We'll take that. Two of Swords in reverse. So again, this person feels that with Two of Swords in reverse, you are somebody that is unwilling to decide, or you basically you'll never make a decision. In other words, so if it came to commitment or anything like that, you just won't give them an answer ever. You'll stonewall it. So I still think both outcomes suck, because it's like one is more of like probably you're coming a Cancer that's coming in for, you know, reasons they're going to come across as very negative and malicious in some cases, but it's probably from a Cancer standpoint they don't see it like that, because it may be ingrained behavior, and maybe they could justify and say I didn't mean that at all. That's for someone out there, I don't know, but for others of you, they just see you as cold and closed off, not interested, not willing to make a decision, won't talk, don't want, not interested. So some of you may have just not even be putting any effort. So that's the lighter note for some of you, okay? All right, now we're gonna move on to how they feel about you. Their feelings. Their feelings. Oops. 134. Tell me about how the person that Cancer's not talking to feels about them. How do they feel? How do they feel towards Cancer? One card came out. Relationship's over. There's instability. There's a lot of there you go. I'm gonna take this. I really do think what this is saying here has some application here, because that just came out so easily. The Four of Wands in reverse, and then the Five of Swords. This person, I don't know which Cancer this is applying to. I'm really sorry, but this is suggestive in some cases. Like this person just feels like you know, it's a loss for everyone. This card, you know, there's shit that keeps happening, or like arguments, fights, or there's one upping or something like that, or there's some attitude maybe or something that you have towards this person. Because I mean, come on, this has got to be something related here, because if you're coming in and selling them or telling them one thing and doing another, I mean, maybe this person feels this can also talk about games being played, like, you know, there's you getting throwing them off, or maybe because it's out of spite or just annoyed with this person because of what they did. Maybe you feel like it's something related to the past, and you're entitled to do it or something. But the Four of Wands in reverse, it just kind of suggests that like no commitment. You're not there for commitment. You're just there to cause problems. And I'm also really and truly thinking it's just to cause drama and problems. Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Maybe again, this is tying back to Six of Pentacles in reverse. In other words, you're coming in with your own agenda and what you want, and then you take and then you leave. Why is this so negative towards Cancer? Because this is a Cancer reading, Spirit. Yeah. Six of Cups. Oh, that makes sense. Because so with Six of Cups can talk about when there is. This is talking about happy times, right? This card I think is a little confusing for a lot of readers to read, and it kind of gets, man, I've heard so many ways this is explained. Sometimes in my books people explain it to the point where it's like it has nothing to even do with this card. I don't know where they're getting the, you know, explanation for it, but it is a card which does supposed to show the happier times in life, right? Actually, hold my beer just for a second. There is something else that just came to me, like, hit me. How far are we going back here? Something dropped out. Whoa, look at that. We have a motherly figure here. Knight of Wands. Another motherly figure here. Seven of Cups in reverse. Why the Seven of Cups in reverse? I got chills. Got chills. So why I got this, something that hit me was suggesting that this is reflect, like, going back all the way to the beginning, like the past, like family, because this card does talk about the past, and there's children here, better times. This could be, I'm just trying to figure out why the Seven of Cups is in reverse here, because this is kind of highlighting, painting like a situation of something that looks, it must be pretty good, right? But the question is, what is Seven of Cups in reverse can talk about two things, a deep, like, you're in fantasy land, or just like a delusion or something like that, where it could be a worsening of energy, but it could also talk about a revelation, like you see things clearly, right? Or have perspective about something around us. But I'm like, looks pretty good to me, so what is the issue here? Clarify the Seven of Cups in reverse. What imbalance, that's what, there you go. So this is talking about a Cancer here that essentially had some type of upbringing. And this is not typically stuff I go into here, so please don't lose your mind here after some of you saying, that's just so not me, what the hell, dude. I don't know, just what's coming out. So, and most of this, I'm just telling you, it's coming through like downloads here. It's suggesting like something, so it's from your past, probably when around this age, right? Okay, when you felt that there should have been happier times or good times. And for others of you, I mean, I don't know, I'm not getting anything else really, but it's something about family, right? And I think there's this component. Okay, if you're the child in there, who is these people? Okay, so that these look like the Empress could be definitely the mother. And then we have, let's find out what this Queen of Pentacles is. Tell me about the Queen of Pentacles, because maybe that's a different person that was in here. Two Swords in reverse. Who was the Queen of Pentacles? We're assuming this is childhood. Who's the Queen of Pentacles? I'm gonna use Dark Tarot. I don't feel like I'm getting anything with that. Who is the Queen of Pentacles? Assuming that this is the past, Cancer. For some Cancers, who is this? Was this the mother as well, or no? Queen of Cups. So this would have been... Well, who is this? That's you. Going to... Okay. Tell me about the Knight of Wands. Oh, so it's elaborating here. Okay. Ace of Cups in reverse. Tell me about the Empress. Tell me about the Empress. Moon. Whoa. Why moon? No, I don't want to think again. Why the moon? So, why the moon? What does the moon have to do with the Empress? Tell me about. Okay, now I want to know what happened with the moon energy. Well, it's kept in the dark. Oh, this is. I don't even know if I should say this on camera if this is true. In the Oh Lord. Then what was going on with... What was this... Oh, this is gonna get really complicated. I gotta be careful here. Okay, so... How does the Queen of Cups... No, Queen of Pentacles relate to the Empress? Because I'm assuming the Empress's mother? Bro? How does the Queen of Cups relate to that? I mean, is it the same person? Knight of Wands. So, holy shit, biscuits. So we have the Knight of Wands here. So it doesn't relate to her. No, hang on. No. How does it relate to her? So this is her as well. She's the Wands. You can do it. How does that... Okay. What was this? I'm trying to figure out. Is this like how is? What exactly was this Empress doing overall? What was she doing in the past? I'm assuming a mother. What was she doing overall, or trying to... Fucking manipulation, that's what's going on. Fuck me, dude. Double life. This is like talking about potential affair here. There could have been some type of like even unfortunate like I don't know if it's a swinger kind of like or just kind of like player like energy here. Ace of Cups in reverse. This like it's going off. You know, this is the Knight is Wands and Wands energy. It's not mature. It's basically like just impulsive decisions. But it's going Ace of Cups in reverse. When there's this moon here suggesting there's things kept in the dark, not talked about. We've got the Knight of Pentacles here. Possibly some commitment that's going on elsewhere. I don't know who this other... I still can't figure out who this Queen is here. It seems like there could have been a double life. Queen of Cups is here. I was assuming it was maybe you, but now I think about it, I'm like, well, that could also be it could be another relationship. This like a relationship. So this could be juggling two people. And then we're talking about this manipulation. Look at that. Look at that person strung up like that. Someone's getting fucked. The question is, who is getting fucked here? And this is why it's imbalanced. It's like, so this is coming back to some... This is like past memory of some sort that was like Eight of Wands. So why that Eight of Wands? Look at that, Seven of Swords. What the Lord? What kind of shit was going on back here? Sabotaging progress. Why was this Empress sabotaging progress? Why would she do that? Page of Cups, because she had another love offer or something. Why? Give me another card. I don't want to take that. Why would she... This is what I'm getting here, is that there was deception at play, but I think it was intentional sabotage to a connection, or stalling things. Why would she do that? Why was this going on? What was the main reason? Why was this going on? Three of Pentacles. Tell me about the Three of Pentacles. Give me one more card. Getting to use this deck right here. Tell me about the Three of Pentacles. What was that representing for this Empress over here? Oh, cards came out. Chariot in reverse and the Ten of Cups. Something, a connection of some sort that wasn't working. Okay, so Three of Pentacles, I think it was, so what this is suggesting was is that there was some connection or something like that had failed or hadn't been going well, something like that, and I think that there was a lot of challenges and problems or something like that. But you see Ten of Cups, so there was probably some like, I would imagine it's got to be a connection of some sort that was significant, that was where time was being invested in, but it was having a lot of barriers or problems. What was the other situation that was being juggled? What was the other one? Tell me about the other situation that was being juggled. King of Pentacles, reverse. What else? So one person was being okay, so this is, oh my god. Dude, I'm so sorry for anyone that actually, if this shit happened in the past, then it's projecting now in the future. That's probably why some of these cancers are doing. I don't know who this is applying to. This is essentially talking about a cancer that is going back into childhood, who basically in some ways feels that their childhood was basically fucked. It was imbalanced. Why? Because mom, instead of basically, it would suggest here, instead of really giving the love and attention that should have been going on, was off basically doing some bullshit, which was trying to put time into a situation that never would have worked and wasn't going to work and always had problems and issues. But then there was already a commitment, it would suggest here, that was getting just, I don't know, getting shafted constantly. So one person was getting like gaslit or whatever, and the other person was kind of getting this fucking attention, but it was just in turmoil, instability. And there was constant sabotaging of like, I think trying to, this is actually also, I'm getting, I think I might have been wrong about this, covering up their own tracks, okay? Eight of Wands is trying to, communication. This is talking about heavy communication between two parties. It could be sex, it could be a bunch of other things, trying to make things work or something like that, but at the same time, trying to get away with it. Cover your tracks. Imbalance, Temperance reverse here. We've got fucking manipulation going on. And lo and behold, what is it showing up in this situation? The same kinds of fucking problems. Holy shit, is all I gotta say. I mean, that says it all. But, I mean, it is upright, but I mean, in this case, I think the surrounding cards probably suggest it's still juggling. I'd only like it when it's reversed to confirm juggling, but whatever, I'm sticking by that. Whew, that was a long message, and I'm sorry if that's pretty specific. All right. Let's move on from that. We're going to look at why they haven't reached out to you. I'm going to clear this up. Whoa, Cancer. That's... Hopefully, I mean, I don't know who that resonates with. Because let's be honest, folks, that's not going to be 2,000 situations. All right? So, very specific message there for someone out there. What I'm going to do, I think, is if I'm going to have a regular message. Because that was... Well, I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. I'm going to ask Spirit and see if that's supposed to be like that. Spirit, tell me about the previous message, because that was about some past trauma or something a Cancer was going on or dealing with, and some of the people watching this may not necessarily have had that happen. So what is their explanation if they I don't know. I actually can't remember what it was previously about. I'm just gonna ask this. Well, I mean, like how I asked it. I'm just um. So, okay. Is there any alternative explanation that I can give for cancers that didn't resonate with that explanation? There? One card. King of Cups in reverse. Hmm. Why King of Cups in reverse? So this can talk about that. Oh, we've got two kings here again. Okay. I'm not gonna do this message. I'm just gonna move on. It is what it is, folks. I think it's talking about like a love triangle or something like this going on or something like that. It is what it is. All right. All right. Let's move on to why they have not reached out to you. Why is this? Oh, actually, I gotta fill in the timestamp. I keep trying to jump the gun. 52. Why has this person not reached out to Cancer currently? The person that Cancer's not talking with? Queen of Swords in reverse. So that's definitely going to indicate not talking, but this kind of almost suggests that they're not very happy with you. Why the Queen of Swords in reverse? This kind of suggests a very negative message. Death again. What is death referring to? What, Scorpio energy there? What is this person perceiving that Cancer's doing currently? What is their perception on how, like, what are they, when they think about Cancer, what do they think right now that their Cancer doing? Just give me, like, two cards on what they think Cancer's doing. Empress to what? Empress to what? Oh, I don't even need an explanation. This person thinks you're... Okay, I take that back. I got it wrong. They think you're lying. That's why they haven't reached out. They believe that in some cases that you keep going back to a connection. You're trying to obviously invest time, planning, effort, trying to basically get it going again, trying to work on that. Put in the work to plan it out. Kind of, it's like you're investing time. Like this is your baby here, something like that. You're trying to basically invest time into. How do I know that? Because it's suggesting there's the Empress, there's Death, or Magician. Powerful cards for growth and expansion, getting something new off the start. You know, the Magician, founding something, making it happen, building from scratch, all the means to do so. Kind of suggests even a degree of money here. This person might even think you're lying about how much money you got, or you came into a little bit of money. Some of you might have been from, I don't know, you got some money from somewhere, or you're just, you know, maybe you're not living in luxury for all of you, or some of you are, but whatever the case is, they just feel that you're not being open and honest about what's really going on, and they feel that there's something else, because both of those would suggest that. I mean, clarify, and I have to assume this because with the death being here, after what we just discussed, yeah, I'm gonna say it's another. They feel like you're dealing with somebody. All right. So let's go to the last portion here. Cancer is the path ahead. What do you do? So we're gonna have the. Let me actually put a timestamp for this. Path ahead, Cancer. So this is going to be right wand, If you choose not to move on from this person, but instead adopt the advice, in other words, you embrace kind of a lot of things we've talked about here today because it resonated with you, that you recognize the pattern, the problem, the issue, try to fix it, which is probably going to be, in this case, acknowledgement of that cycle and how to end it, right? And then you keep this person around, this person at a distance, because clearly you obviously still want them involved, or you're thinking about them, or you want to be with them. Well, the solution is one person's got to go. If it's a love triangle situation, and if it's not, heart's got to become a little bit more fonder, needs to be a bit more honesty, and kind of approach this person and engage them in an equal give and take connection. But it's going to be swallowing pride a little bit. Many of you are not going to be able to do this, all right? Because you're going to deny it and say it's not your fault anyways. That's fine. So for that reason, for those of you that do not want to do that, don't feel it's your problem, and undeniably know in my books it's like, and this is not like, I'm not shifting it like you're just the weaker option or something. It's really from your perspective what's going on with your situation. So there's no right or wrong answer, okay? But for those of you that are just like to that, and you have your reasons why, because maybe it's their fault only. Then the left wand is if you move on from this person and see where it takes you, and this is in 4 to 6 months. So that's for those that just don't give a fuck, don't want to care about this, and that means I don't want to worry about the sex anymore. And that's your option. And then the seventh option, or question 7, is you don't choose either one. You just basically decide to try and do nothing. You don't choose nothing, and you let, essentially from that option, if you choose that, it's letting fate decide for you. So 4 to 6 months for all 3 of these. Let's figure out what happens, right? All right. Put those back. All right. All right. So for those of you who chose the right wand, let's see what happens. Just to remind you, so for this choice, this is where you want to be with this person, or you still have hope for it, all right? You want to stay. In other words, I don't want to move on from them, all right? So we want to know what's going to happen in 4 to 6 months. 2 cards came out. Give me 1 card, please. What? There. Okay. We've got enough cards here. So this doesn't look too good. Surprisingly. Why would this happen, assuming that Cancer follows the advice? How does this, why is the devil here? Why did, I just not multiple cards, please. Just simple explanation. Desire, I'm gonna take that. Why is the 5 of Wands in reverse here? This is post-advice, right? This 3 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, I'm gonna draw one random though. Clarify the 5 of Wands in reverse. And why is the Queen of Cups in reverse here? Why is the Queen of Cups? Look at that. Oh, well. Why does this happen? That's what we need to know. If Cancer took the advice and she stayed in touch, why is this possible here? Devil again. What is going on with the devil? Energy, that seems... Okay, so the devil's going to represent that something is influencing you. So you initiate it, you take the advice, and then there's an influence that you keep... It corrupts you. Meaning that it sways your path. Why did the devil? Oh God. Who is this? That there's a person that is constantly, like it's like a person that's fucking with Cancer's mind. That keeps like causing, I don't know, chaos here. Someone that you have deep emotions for. Well, I mean, isn't this person at a distance, or who is this? Why? Okay. Because the question is like, so... Oh, okay. Breathe. And in. And out. And in. Okay, so we got King of Cups here, Spirit. If this is the influence, what's happening to the person that Cancer's not talking with? What's going on with them? What's going on for the person that you're not talking with? If we have the Devil and this King of Cups. Delays, setbacks. Tell me more. Tower reversed. Oh, and it just, the moon shot out in the dark. Oh, this was with the advice. What happens when Cancer initiates this with the advice? So assuming Cancer is actually following the advice, right? So before this happens, let's hypothetically say that Cancer is following the advice that there needs to be obviously a releasement of the past, healing of that, working through it, coming to this person with an honest approach. Like, before it gets to this, how does it look for Cancer? Prior to this influence that sways Cancer off tracks. Page of Swords in reverse. Jesus Christ. Why the Page of Swords in reverse? This is, this says, I don't like this one bit. There, fate. Okay. What is this implying with the Page of Swords reverse energy? Is it exactly what I'm thinking? Yes, it's exactly what I'm thinking. I almost think here, Cancer. This is what I don't. Okay. What drives Cancer to do this? What drives Cancer to do this? Oh, I mean, the Nine of Swords is here, but I'm gonna get one random and wild. This is a Cancer that is trying to outspark Spirit. I'm telling you right now. That we got the Two of Swords again. I'm sorry. Don't get hot and head or pissed off. Everyone, we're gonna. It's just for a particular Cancer, not all of you. Okay, just first one. I don't know, handful of them. Look at it. Repeating the past. I mean, this. Fuck me, dude. Who is doing this in the collective of Cancer? I don't know. Okay, because this is trying to outsmart the system. That's what this is. In other words, this is a Cancer that's saying, I want to eat my cake and have it too, and I can bullshit the system. You cannot bullshit it because it's showing right now. That's exactly what's going on. In other words, I'm going to pick this option, which is to try and take the advice. It does actually suggest in some ways you're trying to be open to it, but it's actually going to a card that talks about a page that really isn't interested in fucking following through because it's mind games and stuff like that. How do I know that with certainty? Because there's the clarifiers. Come on. Why are we doing this? Because it's just wasting time. Because it's almost like, let's just waste time. This person at a distance, waste time. Because we have this situation going on, which, why not? Toxic, written all over it. What the fuck, dude? No. Whoever's doing that, what the fuck? For reals. I didn't do this whole damn reading to get to that. I mean, come on. That is Alright, can we get a message now that doesn't include this radioactive, toxic piece of shit, whoever this is? Let's not get the blood pressure up too high, Chief. Come on. Come on. That's just so, I mean... Learning nothing. Shit for brains. Unbelievable. Just, it's like, how could somebody repeat this over and over and over and over? And it's just like, what are you getting from it? Wasting people's times. I mean, oh God, what a train wreck. Alright, we're gonna do a different one for we're gonna do the general one, the ones that are not dysfunctional and fucked up. So, oh, it's supposed to be done by now. Spirit, can I get a message, please, for ones that are not trying to cheat the system, that are not psychotic and crazy cancers. On if this was an ex that wasn't like they wanted to go towards and take the advice, they're gonna approach with honesty, fairness, balance, follow through with it, and not be influenced. What is it? What can they expect in 4 to 6 months? We get one thing for them. Progress. Thank you. There you go. We don't need anything more. Forward movement, seeing eye to eye. God damn, was it that hard? I mean, that was a doozy to get to that. So for those of you, you have your answer. For those of you that are not dysfunctional, that are not shit for brains, there's you. You actually would make it work. Why does that happen? Why does the Knight of Pentacles happen? Because of teamwork. Thank you. Thank the Lord. Okay. So for those of you that didn't resonate with that pile of shit, great. Because it suggests positivity, that there is hope for you and this person. The criteria is that other person at a distance you're not talking to is not nuclear and not toxic. Alright? In other words, a roach from hell. And we're talking about physical abuse, verbal abuse, all that kind of stuff is an automatic criteria for no. So this person does have to, at a distance, gotta make sure that maybe there was just misunderstandings, things like that. You know, it's still a salvageable situation. And maybe you've had an influence on why it's not going. And I'm not saying they're perfect, and we're not here to represent them. Just remember that, right? So I'm just saying, this doesn't mean sunshine, rainbows, and happily forever after. It just means that there would be forward movement. You guys would work on things. It would be progress, which is a hell of a lot more than anything I've seen in this entire reading. So it'd be really good. Now let's say they take the left wand. Left wand. It's going to be at 8, 55. If you took the left wand, let's see. This means F the situation. You don't care about this person. You're out. It would suggest you would get over the heartbreak and pain. It probably, if you felt hurt by this situation or this person at a distance, you'd get over it. Give me one more card. Give me, we got 2 over there. I'll throw one more. Assuming 4 to 6 months down the road, they took the left one, moved on from this person that we're talking about in this read that's at a distance. Yeah. Well, we have this over here, the 10 of Swords in reverse. So you get again, you get over the cycle, okay? But it's talking about 2 of Pentacles in reverse. There's still instability here. Why? That dropped out. Why is the 2 of Pentacles in reverse here? Now we have the opposite. Well, Spirit, is this good or bad? I mean, it looks like they're getting over something, so that's good. But now you're saying they're having some instability now. Why is... What am I missing here? Again, with an emphasis on, is this good or is this bad? I can't tell. So maybe it's like it's almost the way I'm looking at it is like, okay, this is normally always praised in tarot. Like, you're getting over something, like something was difficult for you, moving on from it, but now it's suggesting like, yeah, but there's going to be instability, there's going to be problems with progress. But I'm like, but why? Page of Cups. Okay, go on. So there's 2 things that immediately come to mind, and one of them may not have anything to do with the connection or relationship. Tell me in what context are we using this page? Is it an offer coming in? Is it an influence? Or is it Cancer just being, I don't know. I'm talking about Cancer directly. No. Ugh. Fuck this shit, dude. Fuck this shit. Who is this? I can't even do one for a separate message without this person, this reptile from hell coming through. Hey. I kind of saw that you were getting over here. I just thought I would kind of come fuck shit up for you again. Why? Who is this roach? trash. I don't know how they show up in this energy. How is that possible? This person just, and they conveniently are proposing to you right as, just, I've never, dude, fuck this shit. What is going on here? What? Crazy. So there's the slow, you get over, you get over things, right? So we don't have that craziness before. You're moving on with your life, and we have this sudden shit's going wrong. Well, why? Because look who showed up. I mean, we don't need to know any more than that. We just kind of went over a pile of, I don't know, like 5 different gates of hell were open, and who knows what else, but Lord knows this person is not the King of Cups, whoever this is. 10 of Wands in reverse. Insurmountable problems. Flogging a dead horse. Cancer. Jeez Louise. I'm going to have some offended cancers like, it's like, just not your reading. I don't know. I don't know who this is applying to. You think I want this? It's not exactly what I want. See? Alright, what about cancers that just don't choose? Tell us about the cancers that don't choose. And I need to put a timestamp. What about cancers that don't choose? They say, I'm not choosing the right one. No, the left one. Or would that be your right? So, not choosing the left or the right. And they just decide, you know what? I'm just going to let fate decide. What happens then? 4 to 6 months from now. What happens? What happens? What happens? Wow. Okay. So, are we saying we should... Does Cancer just get rewarded for doing nothing? Spirit, given we saw this, I don't know, Cancer does have some type of reptile that's possibly from hell out there. There they are. There they are. There they are. I'm gonna put that back. Bye-bye now. Alright, we're gonna go with the 9 of Pentacles here and just completely abandon that deck. Tell me about this 9 of Pentacles. How does Cancer get wealth and riches and just look like she's... It looks like you even got a bird, baby. Got a bird. For those of you wanting a parrot, apparently you get it by doing nothing at all. Just kidding. 9 of Pentacles is a great card. It does talk about becoming independent, stable, and also bachelorette material. Tell me about 9 of Pentacles. How does that happen for Cancer? You become optimistic. Spirit, I am baffled as to how this... I mean, wow. I mean, Cancer, you're reading. What the hell? So, Cancer doesn't choose anything. They let fate decide. Oh. So, what is hidden that we're not seeing here that I'm allowed to know? What this is basically, what came to mind immediately is that essentially, because it's a fate thing, I said let fate decide for you, right? The immediate logical thing that comes to my brain is like, why would you get rewarded for doing nothing? Because that's just really taking no action at all, right? Because likely what it means is that the universe is going to twist and bend and create something that's not expected to happen, which is going to force this outcome. That's why. So can we have a hint as to what this is that occurs that puts Cancer on this brand new optimistic course? Aquarius energy, and we have the Virgo energy here, and we have a lot of so 2 Scorpios with that. I keep forgetting to say the signs. So we have Sagittarius, Virgo, Capricorn, Libra, Gemini, Capricorn, Virgo. Decent amount of Virgo energy here too. Okay. So, can you give us a sneak preview of whatever this unexpected event that's probably going to shock the shit out of Cancer into this energy? The King of Pentacles? Who is that? Who is this then? Who is the King of Pentacles? Because we already know, we know who that is. It's the devil with devil plus this. So this is I mean, Taurus energy here. Whoa. So the person you're at a distance with. Look. What the fuck? Why is the Two of Cups in reverse here? So is this how, I mean, oh my god, what crazy is this? The person you're shut off to right now. The one with all the shit. So there's one person you're feeding the attention to and one you're not. I mean, I don't know. I can't get over this damn fucking third party read thing. Whatever. Some of you aren't technically in a third party, but you just have this person at a distance, right? I don't know. Something weird like that. Just fit it to your story however it is, right? But Spirit wants to do what Spirit wants to do, right? But here's the thing, Spirit, what I don't understand, it's still not making sense. We know this King of Cups here is somebody that Cancers had, so this is representing with the Devil and the King of Cups. It's someone that you have a deep emotional history and a lot of investments, but they're toxic, you know, you're attached to them, so you can't get them away, right? That's why they keep showing up. This other person is a more stable choice, but you haven't been showing them really any type of like love, attention. It's kind of been cold and closed off to them. Connection's been suffering, right? Okay, you have Ten of Pentacles here. So this can talk about money, finances, commitment, ability, all stuff. So it's saying like basically whatever we're not going to see here, which it's only giving us a sneak preview. So I suppose I shouldn't ask anymore, because that's originally what I asked for. It is suggesting it's something around this. So that means that, I don't know, whoever this person is could actually have something that radically changes about them. That is going to just completely change your mind. And I'm assuming when that happens, you're like, fuck this. You know, you don't want to deal with that. Because it already kind of suggests that it's just a pile of work. Like, it's, you know, I don't know. The Nine of Swords is showing up here. It just dropped out. And another one did. Five of Swords. Uh-oh. Oh, why is that going on? Why is that here? Oh, but you're... Fuck. Please, I don't even know what it means. But I'm just like, what are we, like, what kind of drama is next? I mean, I thought we had one good option here. What are we talking about? Seven of Swords. Why is this showing up here on this one? Why is it showing up? Another card came out. So what does this mean for this king over here with the treasure chest and money? What does it mean for him? What does it mean for him? What does it mean for him? Balance. That's good. Then why is the Nine of Swords here? I'm not understanding this because it's suggesting that the Five of Swords and the Seven of Swords would make a lot of sense going to the Nine of Swords. And it could be sabotaging the Eight of Wands. That makes sense. But then it's saying temperance, things would be balanced. But it's like, how could it be balanced if one's in this energy? That doesn't make any sense in Spirit because it's polar opposites. What's going on? Why? Is that being explained like that? That doesn't make sense. So you can have sleepless nights and feel balanced at the same time. Doesn't make sense. Nine of Swords and success. Spirit, is this... What does this have to do with any of this? This is what I don't understand. I fuck this deck. We're gonna... That one's out, that one's out. Alright. Saving grace here, because you're the last thing I need so I can end this reading. Please give me an answer so I can close this reading out. Why does that happen? Or what is that talking about in relation to this? I'm not kidding you. How's this making sense? 9 of Swords, Temperance. Coming back to this. Why is that going on? I don't understand. I don't think it's going to tell me. Why is the 9 of Swords occurring? Cancer, it won't tell me. I don't know. Probably because it's something we're not supposed to know. Alright. What happens in the the 6 of Swords? No. The 6 of Wands. What occurs there? Strategic planning of some sort. How did the 9 of Swords occur? How did that occur? Because it's the first card, so there's nothing preceding it. Emperor in reverse. Why is the Emperor in reverse occurring though? So there is, again, this has got to be this idiot over here. Emperor in reverse. A lot of problems, turmoil going on there. Who's playing the role of the 9 of Swords? How does this relate to person Cancer's not talking with? Her. Why is tell me about Temperance? What do I need to know about Temperance then? What do I need to know about the nine of Pentacles? Oh. What is that? I'm just gonna leave it to fate your Cancer, because what I'm seeing is like potentially something like, I don't know. It looks to me like deception, but it's like, it's choosing Temperance here. So there, I'm gonna assume it's positive. What happens? Okay, let's just clarify here. So if this is a positive outcome, then everyone's happy. So what happens to the King of Pentacles? Yeah, I think it's good. Okay, I'm gonna stick with that. I think it's good. All right, I think there is some progression here, because remember this was a problem. So I think some things get balanced out here. So this seems to be letting fate just do its thing is a better option. It's way better than option 5 or 6. So you do what you want there. Anyways, Cancer, holy shit, this has been a long reading, and Old West years. Yeah, I'm gonna take a break, and then I'm gonna probably attempt to do the next couple signs. Wow. Who's this resonating to? Holy shit. Spirit, why exactly am I blown away right now? It's telling me Game of Swords because you feel liberated. Oh, man. Balance. Oh, I don't know. Yes, I do feel more at peace now that we're done with this reading. Bye, Cancer. Why don't you hit the like button for the trauma that was just inflicted on me? I love you all. Thanks for those that, stuck around. I don't know who this was all resonating to. Alright, very specific story. Alright. And the end of that was 226. Alright, I'm gonna take a break. Bye.